It's immersive. I'm a vehicle for a story, and I'm not going to tell it any better than the people who are experiencing it, so let me get out of the way and let those guys do it.
I like the sense that this could be a document that 40 years from now, kids will look at and will be blowing their minds.
It's called news, but it's storytelling of lives around the world.
I'm sorry, dude.
There's a lot of things that are happening out there. Somebody should be saying something about this. We started in Montreal, 1994. And then we moved down to New York, changed the name to Vice. We started expanding around the world. And we were getting so many stories in that our creative director, Spike Jones, said, hey, are you shooting your articles? We had all these stories coming in. We started shooting them, and now we make online video all over the world.
So to be able to go out into the world and see these things, it gives you incredible perspective and makes you appreciate what you have.
The most freeing thing for us is to be able to tell any story in any country, in any medium, and not be afraid of anything.
Now, this is what most people imagine when they think of the end of a war. Burnt-out trucks, burnt-out tanks. All of this stuff is actually radioactive.
We don't shy away from stories that have been told before. We just look at different angles of how to really immerse ourselves into the story.
Immersionism, it's the best way to actually understand a story. It's also the most fun. You go somewhere, you live with people, you try to understand them as best as possible.
It's a nice collection. People around the world.
Hello. How you doing? Nice to meet you. We go there. I really did like the hand pull thing.
Thomas and Shane and I get a lot of credit and get to sit in front of cameras. There's so many people here who are involved in this and who are just phenomenal at their jobs. As phenomenal at 3 o'clock in the morning when you're calling going, I've gotten detained, as they are at 3 o'clock in the afternoon after their coffee.
We've walked around this place with impunity, and there's no one. There's absolutely no one here.
Everywhere we go is different, and sometimes people see cameras and they freak out. A lot of times, if I'm scared of a shoot, I just look at Shane. I'm like, all right, you're not taking any unnecessary chances. If Shane's okay to go, then I'm okay to go.
Oh, we're getting pulled over here.
I've had people come up and put their hand on your lens and smack your camera down, which is funny because that's always in the cut.
When I get that material back, there'll be a lot of surprises along the way.
It's the middle of the night in the Niger Delta. I've never seen anything like this before.
I've gone through Taliban propaganda videos, and I'm just looking for, you know, your stock shot. And suddenly I come across somebody cutting off somebody's head. It can be kind of shocking. But if you don't get those verite moments, then it's not the full-on Vice piece.
So you're gonna get a laugh out of this. The church bought that for me.
Oh, really?
So then if I need it, what the pistol-packing pastor does is he charges this weapon, jam the magazine. Notice I didn't treat it gently. So he closed it, make sure it's tight. Now it's ready to fire.
What can I say about my partners, Shane, Ryan, and Thomas? Each guy has their own qualities. Shane loves it. He loves the nuances of culture.
Mumbai's pollution is equal to 2 cigarettes. You smoke?
No, but I'm smoking with you.
Ryan is the coolest guy, has an incredible voice.
It's Little House on the Prairie mixed with Children of the Corn.
And then Thomas is super intelligent, and his wordsmithing are like completely unique in the company.
It's never really big on Eastern medicine, but so far this beats my usual doctor's visit.
But these guys get immersed into stories like I've never seen.
Let's go.
Let's go.
What we want to do is tell some untold stories, and to tell untold stories that we find interesting and compelling.
It's got funny moments, it's got serious moments, sadness, it's got it all.
This isn't necessarily the stuff people put in their papers, stuff that national media covers.
It's hot.
We don't come home until we get the story, period.
What you're gonna see on Vice is not gonna be sanitized. It's gonna punch people in the face.
I feel like it's Vice against the world, and we're winning.
Vice and HBO together is just a beautiful thing.
The world is changing. We don't know where we're going, but we just want to be the people chronicling how we're getting there.